South Africa's reputation is taking a hit. So is investor confidence, and it has pushed the government to act. President Cyril Ramaphosa says organized crime is now the biggest threat to the country.
Organized crime is now the most immediate threat to our democracy, our society, and our economic development. Our primary focus this year is on stepping up the fight against organized crime and criminal syndicates.
His answer? Send in the army. Troops will be sent to the provinces of Western Cape and Gauteng. The mission is to stabilize communities, dismantle gangs, and shut down illegal mining. Soldiers will patrol alongside police and secure crime hotspots.
I have directed the Minister of Police and the SANDF to develop a technical plan on where our security forces should be deployed within the next few days in the Western Cape and in Gauteng to deal with gang violence and illegal mining.
The move marks a major shift in strategy. The president had previously ruled out sending troops into communities, but the violence has forced his hand. Data suggests the murder rate in South Africa is behind only Jamaica and Ecuador. Police admit they cannot defeat the gangs alone. The government also plans to recruit more than 5,000 new officers. Intelligence units will be strengthened, and priority crime syndicates will be targeted. Some political leaders have welcomed the move.
What you need in the fight against gangsterism is boots on the ground, and I think the president's made the right call this evening, and I'm sure that the city and the province will welcome the extra resources that are going to be required.
But skepticism persists.
That's a first post report on the rising crime, violent crime in South Africa. One of the reasons this has made news now, especially in the last 24 hours, the news that came out of Nigeria and South Africa is that sadly a 22-year-old Nigerian undergraduate student who I believe had about a year left at university, whilst working part-time as a cab driver, his security camera recorded him being attacked whilst on duty by presumed passengers that he had picked up, that eventually sadly took his life through suffocation. Breaking news is that one of the culprits has been arrested, but that just plays into the growing concerns about security and the crime rates in South Africa. When I saw that report, it led me to investigate a little bit further. And it says South Africa faces a high, albeit fluctuating crime rate in 2026 with a crime index of 75.4, ranking it amongst the highest globally. Violent crime is a major issue with a murder rate of 45 per 100,000 in 2023/24. alongside high levels of sexual offenses, carjackings, and residential burglaries. While some violent crimes have shown minor localized improvements, overall insecurity remains critical. Now, some of the other crime statistics I've already stated that 45 per 100,000 murder. Safety perception, only 36.1% of residents feel safe walking alone at night. And property crimes, approximately 983,000 households experienced house break-ins in 2024-25. And that's through Statistics South Africa. Organized crime ranked 7% globally in 2023 with a worsening trend in 2025. Like, these are very, very shocking numbers, scary numbers, but you have to also, to look at crime, you have to look at the causes of crime. And some of the causes of crime are, of course, there are direct links between crime and alcohol and drug abuse, lack of, in some areas, lack of education and access to funds, projects to uplift the community. And this also has to be said that this is following decades of lack of equality in South Africa. And these are the remnants of apartheid. These are the results of decades of oppression where people have not been considered as equals. There hasn't been access to education and funding equally across South Africa. And now you're seeing the remnants of that. You know, yes, shout outs to the president and the government for sending in the troops to give people confidence and, you know, faith that the government is thinking about them security wise. And that also affects them in terms of investment confidence in the country. But most importantly, beyond just security and boots on ground, we need to start looking at how to invest into the community, uplift the young men and women, access to education, access to funding, a lot more equality when it comes to rights in South Africa. And without doubt, these are some of the things that will bring down the crime statistics and the crime rates.